We've got an NFC West matchup in Week 4 that I think I can speak for everybody is a lot more interesting than initially thought. Arizona Cardinals are flying up to San Francisco to play the 49ers, and 49ers are definitely favored to win. But I can tell you right now, like in the preseason, I'm like, yep, chalk it up as a W. Like if there's ever a guaranteed game preseason, like this is as guaranteed as it could get because this Cardinals roster is just not good. Their starting quarterback they got 2 weeks ago, and the Cardinals have been probably one of the biggest surprises of the season. I know they're only 1-2, but they have competed in every game, all against NFC East teams, which is arguably you can make it an argument that it's the best division in the league. And they've competed and it's come down to the wire, or they've won pretty handedly against all those teams. They should have beat the Giants. They had the Commanders on the ropes until the fourth quarter. So a lot of positive things coming out of the Cardinals, just organization right now. But then they're going up against the best team so far that they've played. And Ryan, I want to kick it over to you. It's kind of know what the 49ers have to do. The 49ers got to be the 49ers. What do the Cardinals need to do to maybe pull off this another major upset?
One of the things I think they did really well last week, and I think Dallas helped them out a little bit by being hurt and not playing in unison in the secondary, but they got some busted plays, and they did create those off motions. They actually ran the ball pretty well, but just trying to continue the big plays. I think they had 4 plays over 40 yards last week, and like if they can do that, I mean, obviously I think they'll be in contention. Because you think about it, if you have a 40-yard play, you're most likely getting a field goal off that drive now, at the very least. So it's gonna be interesting to watch. But that for me, big plays, come in, still play good defense. These weapons are going to be a lot harder to cover. I think Brandon Ayuk should be back. And they're just going to be a lot harder to cover. I do like what they've been able to do. I just think San Francisco is a whole nother monster.
Yeah, this is kind of like my thought process on is like this is the we like going to horse races and betting on the ponies from time to time. This is like you see that 60-1 horse who like, hey, he won his last race. Now it was like 3 rungs down, like not at the same caliber, but like, but if I'm right and he's good, like I'll double my money. Like I'll make a lot of money on this.
Yeah.
And it's like the smart bet is definitely to go with the horse that's going like 5-9. And that's what the 49ers are. Like this is just it's hard for me to even see a scenario. It was hard for me to see a scenario of them beating the Cowboys. But then the one scenario that we could see that we did talk about, like if they just shot themselves in the foot and they just weren't prepared because of Mike McCarthy and company, that happened. I don't see that with Kyle Shanahan and his organization. And Kyle Shanahan is one of the best head coaches in the league. This is always just one of the top teams. He's one of the best offensive minds in the league right now. Defense is still firing on all cylinders. Just not seeing a scenario. I know the Cardinals are going to come out and play hard. They're going to fight for everything, and they're going to make 49ers earn every yard. I think the 49ers are going to get a lot of yards. I think they're going to get a lot of those yards.
The hard part is like they're gonna break tackles. You can be fundamentally sound and be in the right spot, and they can still just beat you. But I think you couple that with a Shanahan system that's run to perfection that is going to spread you out and create openings in your defense. Like it's so hard for teams that aren't elite on that side of the football to really keep up. Because you almost have to you have to be able to match athlete for athlete.
Well, and we saw it too in that Giants game with the Cardinals. And one thing when in the second half of that game, Giants came out and they were just kind of like, screw it, we're going to do it. We're just going to just go balls to the wall, and they really spread out the entire offense, and that you had to cover all the quadrants, all sections, deep, middle, and short. And they were able to utilize their speed and their talent and the receiving room. And the Cardinals just weren't able to keep up, And 49ers, that's their game plan, as you mentioned already. I mean, they have a great receiving trio led by Deebo Samuels and Brandon Ayuk. Then you get George Kittle as well at the tight end. Then you got Christian McCaffrey and even Elijah Mitchell. He'd be a starting running back on any other NFL team. So it's just so many players and positions to cover, and then you have this offensive mastermind of Kyle Shanahan. It's going to be fun to watch. Kind of rooting for an upset, but I agree with you. I think San Francisco is going to win this one pretty handedly.
Yeah. I'm thinking somewhere in the ballpark of like 35-20. Just definitely a 2-score game, I think. And also, one thing that San Francisco is going to do is I think they're going to get out ahead early, and then that's going to put the Cardinals in a position where they have to chase, and then they can't be balanced, which is what they were able to do against Dallas. Yeah. They really put them in some bad spots. So,
I will just say this though, because the Broncos and Bears are playing this week, and they're all going to be fighting, I think, for that kind of number 1 overall seed. But man, props to the Cardinals though for having pride and not listening to dummies like us on the internet. Like every play, every down, they have fought, and they know their job's on the line. They're professionals, and there's just that sense of pride that I really respect, because I honestly gave this team no shot to even win a game this season. And it's great to see them come out and just keep on battling, keep on doing everything. Because then you see on the flip side what's going on with the Broncos and the Bears. It's just disappointing to see. And I really respect that with the Cardinals players and the organization on what they're going through right now.
Yeah, and honestly, I think they're setting themselves up better for the rebuild, because nobody wants to go to the Bears or the Broncos right now. I mean, that like those are just gloomy organizations, where like right now, like the Cardinals, like they're playing with energy. Guys are getting opportunities to make plays, and like they're keeping these games competitive. And I know they blew a 20-point lead against the Giants, but like like 9 times out of 10, this team would be 2-1 right now going into this game. So it's going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to this matchup. But let's go ahead and wrap this video up here. If you guys have not already, please go ahead and like and subscribe, and leave a comment down below on who you think is going to come out ahead in this matchup. Will it be the Arizona Cardinals? Will it be the San Francisco 49ers? Let us know what you think. And other than that, we will see you guys next time.